Who am I? My name is Mike Kruk. I'm a fifth year design student and media arts student here at SFU. I am a little bit of a different breed, I think, than the other students on this field school, mainly because I had a career in advertising and film for about 7 or 8 years before I decided to go back to school. The main reason I went back to school is I found I was just not feeling challenged, not very motivated anymore. And that was a big problem for me. So I had to go back to school. I thought to gain some new skills and to just regain that motivation in some new field. I thought the parallel transition, in media arts and design would be good for my film experience and my advertising experience. So here I am. I heard about the field school in my 3rd year from students who went and said that it changed their lives. They had said that it was a sense of inspiration for them, a sense of change, and it was just that catalyst that made them change. And this was exactly the kind of thing that I came back to university for. So I did everything I had to do to get accepted. I worked hard. I got to know everyone I could in the program that also wanted to be in the field school. And lo and behold, here we are. I really wanted to go in this field school because I was curious of the Dutch culture. I was curious of how these designers and architects lived over there in Northern Europe as well. So I just wanted to get over there and see what they were all about. I thought that through the research and through my experiences with the field school and also before the field school, I would gain a lot of knowledge about the people there and about what they do and how they do it. And nothing compared to obviously interviewing them themselves. That was absolutely mind-blowing. It just changed my perception of the entire design field and architecture field. And what I really liked about them is what they do is they just get their hands dirty. They are always prototyping, they're always building, creating, they're designing. They live and breathe design because it makes them happy. That's something that really spoke to me. I've always preached, do what makes you happy, but I don't know if I was actually living it. And after this field school now, I truly feel like I am. When I came back from the field school, actually within 2 days, I had bought some new tools for my woodworking shop in the garage and had already built 2 little projects. So that was something that was really, really good for me. It got me, got me going again. It lit that fire under me, if you want to say. The person who really spoke to me the most when we were over there, who really motivated me and just inspired me to do what I want to do now, is a designer named Dick Van Hoff. He calls himself an industrial tailor because everything he does with his hands. He, every product that goes out his door, he's touched it, he's helped build it, he has built it. He just tries to stay away from the whole mass production end of design. It's that closeness to the product that really was what I agree with, and I think is the best way to live as a designer. He was telling us stories about some of his products and how he doesn't necessarily design them for beauty, to be beautiful. He thinks the beauty comes from how the person that purchases that object uses it. An example that he gave us was a leather satchel bag that, he doesn't make it, but he just was telling us this example about how if there's 1,000 models that are exactly the same, you can pick out yours exactly because of how it's been worn, how it's been used. Maybe there's a stain on it. If they're all lying against the ground, you can pick yours out because you can identify with all the scratches when it fell off the roof of your car that one time or something. There's a stain on the front of it because there's a rotten piece of fruit left in the front pouch, that kind of thing. So that really also really inspired me to create objects that did show wear and tear using materials like wood, metals. I obviously don't have the skills to work in ceramics like he does, so that might be a new frontier to conquer one day, but who knows. So the ability to identify each and every object that is mine is something that is really interesting to me. Another thing that I really liked about the Dutch people is they seem to know the right way to live. They're not, they're not in a hurry to do anything they don't want to do. They just seem to always be happy. Well, I'm sure they're always not happy, but what we saw, they're generally happy with what they do. They're passionate about their work, and they just, know how to live life. One example was about just how courteous they are to tourists and to people in their culture. We obviously don't speak Dutch. We were there trying to order some food at a restaurant. A couple of us students were there, and they approached us speaking Dutch, obviously. We told them we spoke English only, and they were really apologetic and were really sincere about being sorry they didn't speak English to us right off the bat. And that just shows that as a culture, they're really, really polite, really patient, and generally just really great people. And that goes a lot to say about the entire area that we visited. All of Northern Europe, we seem to find that same kind of vibe, if you will, everywhere we went. So this field school really, really did help me realize what I do want to do, and for sure what I don't want to do. I don't want to be in front of a computer for the rest of my life. I'd like to start building more with my hands. So that is the main bit of education I got. Is it just really helped narrow down exactly what I want to do with my life, and for that I'm ever grateful, because this was one of the best experiences of my new education so far.